Callie.
It's Kassandra, and welcome to Beyond the Funny. I'm so excited to do this, yo.
This is super cool. We've been talking about this for a while.
Yo, honestly, so we were at a Taco Tuesday event, and we was chilling, eating tacos.
Taking shots.
And then suddenly we were just like, yo, we should do a podcast. This is where we're at, yo. So if you're watching us on YouTube, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up button, leave some questions in the comments.
And tell a friend. Tell a couple friends. Tell your family. Send out a whole entire package.
Yeah, just be like, yo, Beyond the Funny is here. We live, right?
I know you're asking yourself, what is Beyond the Funny?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's a title that kind of explains itself, but it's going to be us two entertainers calling other entertainers in to talk about what makes them funny.
Yeah, like, let's get beyond it. Like, why did you think of this concept? Like, it was hilarious. How did you get to that hilarity?
A lot of y'all ask us, how you so crazy?
Yeah.
We're going to tell you.
We're going to tell you. And we're going to get other people to tell you, right?
Exactly. It's going to be like a whole family community. Get to know your favorite entertainers.
Man, I'm excited. And if you're listening to this podcast, we want to say thank you. Make sure you subscribe to this podcast. It's going to be lit. This is literally our first episode. And I'm excited. What we're going to do is, I guess, interview each other in a second. But yeah, so I'm excited for some of the guests we're going to have.
I'm super excited for the guests.
Yo,
we got some heavy hitters coming your way.
Because I don't know about you, but like for real, there's times that I actually am looking at somebody's video or whatever, and I'm like sitting there and I'm like, that shit was hilarious. How did you think of that?
I always want to know how much of this is based off your real life experience.
100%. I do this thing called Q&A Tuesdays.
Oh, right?
Yeah, on my story.
I have seen it.
And one of the questions I always get is like, how do you come up with your videos? And I'm like, yo, sometimes it is real life. Sometimes it's just, fucking listening to people and you're like, that's hilarious.
That is.
But I think that it's training, for me, it's like training my mind to think or seeking the funny in everything.
That's true. And honestly, once you start doing things like writing jokes, you look at life differently. You feel better.
Yeah.
It makes you know that, like, this experience is something that either can help somebody else by learning from it or laughing at it.
Hold on a second. So you actually sit down and write jokes?
Well, I do stand-up. So
yeah,
yes.
yeah. I'm curious. Like, this is so cool. Like, you sit down and you be like, let me write a joke.
I do, because I do stand-up. But sometimes I say something super funny, and I'm like, oh, I gotta write that.
Yeah,
yeah. So sometimes, like, my jokes come from saying something and being like, oh, y'all laughing? That must be funny.
No, honestly, Callie is the wittiest person I know. Legit. I need to be straight up with. I don't think I ever told you this in person, but I'm telling you live in person. Okay? You are so witty, and I see you. I watch you and I observe you because Callie's the type of person that will legit look for moments to train her witty. Right or wrong?
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah. Like, we'll be around anybody, and then she'll just be like, all right, let me see how witty I could be. And she'll just start throwing stuff. And I'm like, at first I was like, nah, this is her personality. But then I realized, no, you are super intentional about how witty you are. Like, I could totally tell. It's amazing.
Thank you so much. Can I just tell y'all, like, me and Kassandra, ever since the day we met, our chemistry has just been, it's been insane. Like, I've never met somebody as a female, because, I mean, females sometimes have a hard time
vibing with females.
Yeah, but, like, I feel like we just, like, flow and we wave together, and, like, sometimes, like, I'm having a bad day, but I see her and my eyes just feel like, okay, I'll be all right. Like,
I feel like, to be honest, I'm so glad that you said that, because my life mission is to leave people feeling different than when they first met me. That's literally what I feel like my life mission is. So I don't, like, my goal is to get people always to, like, feel better. Like, you can't have a bad day around me.
It, honestly, being around you is like a fresh breath of air.
Yes.
It's like you've been, like, muddling through, and you didn't realize that you was muddling through. And then you see you, and you're like, oh, I feel nice.
Yeah. I'm doing my job.
But that's how your style of comedy is. It's like a fresh breath of things. I feel like the way that you think of comedy is very different than I see a lot of creators think. You think of comedy in a perspective, it's not like okay, how would it come from a female or how would it come from a male? You think of it as just like objectively, how is this funny?
Interesting.
Yeah, which is nice because men and women can enjoy your comedy.
That's crazy. I never even thought about it like that. Let me tell you, like, comedy wasn't a thing for me.
Okay.
I wasn't even pursuing it. I wasn't even like, yo, I'm a comedian. Like, I don't consider myself a comedian. I don't know. Like, comedy, the fact that you even tell me that I have a strategy of thinking about comedy, I'm just not, like, I don't even, like, I'm just myself, right? I'm not even thinking.
That's dope.
Because I came to LA for stunts and drama.
Oh, if y'all don't know already, this girl can scissor kick anybody up the top of their... I've never met somebody and didn't know that they were like a secret karate master. Like, she is legit like one of the most athletic people in this field, period, point blank.
Thank you. And I want to use it more. I feel like I haven't been using it as effectively. I kind of put it on the back burner. But that's what I came to LA for. I was like, yo, let me do some drama. I want to cry. I want to like get into it. And comedy just fell into my lap. I like to think I'm funny naturally in person, you know?
I mean, you get some giggles, you know?
I do get some giggles, right? I'm giggle worthy. That needs to be a fucking shirt. Giggle worthy. I feel like I'm giggle worthy, right? And then people started noticing it, and they just started putting me in videos, and it was like just like this. It was natural, and then I said, okay, I don't want to be just natural. I want to really master timing.
Mm.
And then I started watching, you know, comedy shows or comedy movies, and I'd be like, why do I like this so much? And then I realized that funny isn't necessarily in what you say, but more so your body language, between the lines. And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna be the funniest person through my body. And I noticed that a lot of my fans know that because in the comments they'll be like, yo, your facial expressions, your body language, and I'm like, good. If I'm not gonna be funny with my lines, I'm gonna be funny as fuck with how I receive the situation.
That's bomb. Like, the well thought out process, it shows.
Yeah.
It's respected. Like, people, if they're letting you know about it, then everybody is letting you know, like, girl, you're doing it well. So I hope that you get home at the end of the day and you're like,
ooh, patty that back.
Yes.
But yeah, like, I don't know, like, it's weird. I never thought of comedy in the way that you do. Like, you're a stand-up comedian. Like,
well, it was an accident.
Really?
Yeah.
You too? We both on accident.
It was absolutely an accident. I've always been like an actress. I've been doing acting since I was in high school. But I really got started acting in church. And so I have a very serious, dramatic acting background, like crying and about the Lord.
Yeah.
Like recreating very hard, dramatic scenes. And so I'm very used to like very serious types of entertainment. And then I started doing background work. And for some reason, I started going to like comedy shows and poetry shows and just started connecting with different people, and I started doing sketches. And when I started doing sketches, my improv is really strong because I did theater for so long.
Right.
So being able to catch somebody and it being in a funny situation, it made my brain grow in a way that was already there. I've always been a super goofball.
Yeah.
That was literally my childhood nickname, goofball. My dad to this day calls me Goof.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Can I call you Goof?
Oh, it's so weird. But I really came from like this place where even now a lot of times we'll do sketches with people and they don't really write me lines, like, and I'll be feeling like, don't treat me different. But they'll be like, here's the concept, let's go.
But I feel like that's a lot of the people in this industry though.
Yeah?
Yeah, no. Almost everybody that I work with,
That's a creator. Yeah, because sometimes the features don't be very funny and you got to give them line.
Well, here's the thing. Right. I get it. Because I feel like when you're navigating through this, I feel like it's an honor when somebody doesn't give you lines.
I honestly used to feel like, why do I have to work so hard? I see you give lines to people. But it honestly is true. They trust you with their idea enough for you to be a great creative person.
Right, and just improv it.
Mm-hmm.
I think when somebody does that to me, I'm like, oh shit, you dig my work. You dig me. No, think about it. I'll be working with some people and like, you know, like maybe they're just they've been doing it much longer, right? I came in this game pretty fucking late.
Same.
And it was just like, boom, I'm here. This is literally what it felt like. It was just like, boom. And I started working with people who've been doing this for years. And when they said that they have an idea for me and they're just like, this is the concept, I was like, oh, so you want me to just, we're going to improv it. Okay. That means you're watching my shit and you know that what I'm going to bring to the table is funny enough for you to work with.
That's dope. I honestly did not feel that way. See, life perspectives be different.
That's how
I was complaining. I was like, oh, y'all don't care about me enough to write. You just think I'm just gonna be funny on command. But that's how I got into stand up.
That is.
It is because comedians that I was working with were telling me like, yo, you're funny. Like you should try stand up, and I was like, nah, fam, no, ain't no way. Comedy chased me for like a year.
Oh my gosh.
Like a whole year before I was like,
crazy.
let me try. And I went and did it kind of in secret. And then, like, I loved it from there.
That's where I feel like I'm at because a lot of people are telling me to try stand up. I'm getting so, it's just like everyone's pointing me to it.
Mm-hmm.
It is not my heart. It isn't.
It wasn't mine either.
It isn't my heart, but it's like I'm the person that's like, give me a challenge, I'm going to do it. And I stepped into 2019 saying this, and I can't wait to figure out what God puts on my heart for 2020. But I stepped into 2019 saying, I'm going to execute every idea. Every single one. If it popped in my head, if somebody gave it to me, it needs to be executed.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, because I find that my years prior, I would get an idea and I'd immediately judge it. Mm. And I would see why it wouldn't work. Mm-hmm. Or maybe it won't work. Maybe people wouldn't receive it. Like all this stuff. And it's like, how do we know if we don't leave it room to exist and then see its potential?
That honestly, we don't know. Is such that I got that same advice this year when I was thinking about taking like a position that I didn't feel like I was qualified for. Someone offered me something that was really a big title, and I was like, man, I don't know, man. I'm trying to focus on myself. I don't really know even if I'm qualified to take this opportunity. And someone told me, you have the opportunity to create jobs and opportunities for other people. It would be better for you to take the position and then be like, you know what, this didn't work. Yeah. Instead of me saying, no, I don't think I can do it. Right. And I was like, dang, that's cool. Because, like, when you think about regret, a lot of people regret the things that they didn't do.
That they didn't. Exactly.
A lot of people don't regret doing things.
No.
And even if they do, it's a smaller regret than if you never did it.
Yeah. It's because at the end of the day, I feel like when you do something and if it didn't turn out, you always get something. You get a lesson. Mm-hmm. Right? You always get something out of it. But if you don't do it, you can't, you take away the opportunity of even just learning. Mm-hmm. Right? So, I mean, execution. I'm gonna try stand up. By the way, I think I mentioned it to you.
I know. I'm so excited. I can't wait to go. I just want to watch.
I've been practicing in the shower.
Have you?
I have.
That's bomb.
I've been practicing.
At least you practice.
Like 2 different bits that I'm like, okay, I think I can nail this. But I'm nervous. It's like, again, it's one of those things. It's kind of like music. Music was something that I've been terrified of pursuing, mm-hmm. and I'm finally pursuing it. And literally the same like fear and like I'm terrified.
I love that you jump into the fear.
Yeah, I feel like, because fear can either paralyze you, mm-hmm. and that's something I will not let happen, mm-hmm. or it can move you. So I'd rather it move me because that's growth, right?
It is, absolutely.
I think of a plant. A plant, if it's moving, it's growing. If a plant stays still, it's dying. Like it can't, it's only one or the other.
That's very true.
Right? And that's us as human beings. So like, I ain't dying. I ain't gonna die.
Man, it's very true, and sometimes I think that like my mind does a lot of consideration. I think of like all the possibilities, how it can do, and then I just get tired of thinking, and I'll be like, all right, I'm gonna do it. Like I'm like one of those people who like the idea is gonna chase me until I'm tired of running, and I'll be like, all right,
fine, I'm here, I'll do it. that's all it is.
And then it'd be super easy though.
Yeah.
Like I'm really scared of the things that are super easy because I'll be feeling like, yo, why?
Yeah. Why is it so easy?
Why is it so easy? Like, what is the catch here, man?
Right. But then you find like honestly, everything, I wouldn't say easy, is simple. Everything is really simple, mm-hmm. and we add difficulty to it.
That's very true.
You know? Don't forget to follow us on all of our social media channels. We got an Instagram, Beyond the Funny. We have a YouTube, Beyond the Funny.
Facebook fan page, Beyond the Funny.
Beyond the Funny.
And guess what? Did you know you can support us if you just feel like donating?
Come on, y'all. Show some love.
Okay, these smiles, these hee-hee ha-has are for you. If you want to support, we ain't gonna stop you.
We ain't gonna stop you.
Opportunity is here.
You know what I'm saying? We're open arms, okay? This is all about inclusive, not exclusive, all
Okay.
right?
You know what? I think we're gonna have to develop some items for you guys. I think we're gonna have to come up with some stuff for you specifically as a supporter.
Yes.
So you just go ahead and support, and we'll remember you.
Yes, right.
Don't you worry about it.
Don't you worry. Don't worry about a thing.
I can't sing, and I wouldn't do that to you guys.
Yeah, that would yeah. I've never heard her sing, so if I've never heard her sing, it's because she knows.
Sometimes you have to know your limits, okay? You know what? Don't put a limit on God, and don't put a limit on yourself, but sometimes you need to know what you're not good at.
Right.
I'm not good at singing. There's actually Walter French, shout out to Walter, had me do a sketch where I was singing.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Was it bad?
It was. But
Is that the one where you're like dressed up in all this crazy outfit? Okay, I need to watch this one. I need to watch that one so I can hear it.
It's absolutely terrible. But it's so funny because I really can't sing, and I was really trying to at least be on key. It's not on key.
It's not okay. It's okay though. You know, that's the thing. I think that if you didn't know, then we have an issue.
Mm-hmm. I'd be like, hey, let me get on your song.
Yeah. Oh god.
Oh, that's terrible.
All right. So, I have a question for you. Just before, I have a question for you. What is your favorite video of your own work that you've done?
My favorite video of my own work that I've done. Oh, I did a video called. This is still one video of a minute, I guess, and it's called "If Men Had Periods."
Ooh, hilarious!
Yeah.
That just sounds hilarious.
It was my absolute favorite video that I've done yet. It's only me in the video, and it's the camera is the guy.
Oh my gosh!
It's very much my style of comedy. I like to do a switched role perspective because I feel like I'm not a dude, but I got dude tendencies in my mind. I'm a lady all the way. Please treat me like a lady. But I don't know. So, sometimes I just see women going through things and I'll be like, nah, fam, I would not react that way.
Yeah. Come on now, preach.
And dudes do something, I'll be like, yeah, she was tripping.
Yeah.
So that's my favorite style of comedy is switched role kind of comedy.
Yeah.
What about you? What's your favorite piece of art that you've orchestrated yourself?
Man, that's a tough one. I feel like I fall in love with every single piece.
Yeah.
I really do. There's some that I'm like, this is not gonna do good. There's very few like that, but for the most part, literally every idea I get, I'm like, I fall in love with it. But there are some that I put way more effort than others, and they don't do well. And it hurts because I get so attached to the vision of it.
Yeah.
But I can name a few.
Yeah.
Lil Duke is definitely one of them.
You had a very good time filming that one.
Yeah.
I know we were talking about Lil Duke before you filmed it, and the energy and excitement you had off the top, I was like, oh, this is gonna be great.
Yeah, and it didn't even do that good.
But you enjoyed yourself.
But no, I enjoyed it, and I'm gonna continue with the project. But I loved creating that one. The big video, I had a blast. Creating that one.
I had a great time with that one.
That
was
was
so fun.
I'm I'm just goofy. I'm a very silly person. My comedy is silly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, give me some. Let me just be super silly with it. But I learned in the beginning that silly is not always relatable.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to figure out how can I incorporate silly with relatability, because then that's when you really kind of take your comedy to the next level, because more people can, be attracted to it. But yeah, those there's so many that I love. There's so many.
I like the big video because it was something that happened. A lot of people felt like we were picking on you, but it was really something that happened, and there was no angst between us about the situation.
Yeah.
We literally laughed about it and thought it was super hilarious. And the fact that you already had the concept ready to go, it just pushed us into oh yeah, we should record this because it's obviously relatable.
So funny.
Obviously not always relatable to other people.
Oh my god!
But it happened.
Can you believe the comments? I was like, you guys are totally missing the funny. Yeah. But you know what? I think that's a good point though. I think that in our style of work, we are literally putting ourselves out there for everyone to make fun of, because we make fun of, or situations, people think that like it's okay for them to just go off and make fun of too.
I mean, a lot of these people are our friends.
Yeah.
Like, the great thing about this industry is that we work with people that we choose to work with. It's not a lot of times that we're on set with someone we don't like.
Right.
And so when y'all in our comments going ham on people, I be like, yo, like, she got a whole entire mama that might be reading these comments. Like, y'all cold sometimes. Like, it's crazy because our fans see us in so many different views and perspectives and characters, and then like sometimes they just attach like that one character. Like, I do a lot of sketches where I am like a super aggressive girl.
Yeah.
I met somebody and they were like, yo, I like that, I like how you are, and I'm like,
gosh,
oh,
that's a character.
like, I mean, it's loosely based off who I am. Like, low-key, I'm aggressive, but like also I like being treated like a little flower.
Right.
Like, I'll open my door, please.
Yeah.
Like,
that's so true, man.
Like we pick little bits and parts of things that may or may not happen, and then it's amped up. Like, sometimes things happen exactly how it happened, but sometimes, the characters that we play are not ourselves.
They're super characters. Yeah. I mean, obviously they're colors of who we are, right? Because that's how we're able to make them come to life, because we're picking colors of our personality. But it's not necessarily who we are. That kind of brings me to another question. Like, so you're funny. You're hilarious. Do you feel, though, that you are funny, like, as a person? Like, take off the acting hat. Take cameras off. Now you're just Callie. You're you.
I think, honestly and truly, I am funny by nature, because there's a lot of times where, like, things happen and my natural reaction in my mind is funny.
And how did you get to that point? Like, what do you remember when you started being funny? You know what I mean? Like,
I honestly don't remember intentionally being funny. I remember people always laughing and never feeling like attacked because somebody was laughing. I think, like, even as a kid, we've got like videos of like, us just playing around and somebody laughing at me. And I feel like it was always something that I was just doing naturally.
Yeah.
Like, and now as an adult, I'd just be talking and people be laughing. I'm like, first of all, I'm serious.
This is a serious one.
First of all, these ain't jokes.
Right.
You gonna get the serious tone, and can you please respect that I'm being serious right now?
Yeah.
And it's hard to turn off who I am, like, naturally as a person. My aunt passed last night, and my natural reaction was like thinking of something that was funny, and I'm like talking to my mom, and I'm trying to like keep it in, but like I ended up just having to say it, and it just is who I am. Like, and it's like, no disrespect, I love my aunt. Like, it's just very like much a heavy blow for us as a family. But I think because of like who we are and who like I've always been as a person, my mom understands. Like, that's my love.
Right.
When I want to love somebody, I want to bring joy into their life.
Yeah.
And I think that that's always been my love language. I don't think that it's in the 5 love languages.
Yeah. I'm going to create one. Funny is my love language.
It's definitely my love language, especially if I'm intentionally trying to make you feel good. It's because I really care. It's hard for me to take in people's like sadness. I'm very good at like comforting people, but a lot of like the way that I comfort somebody is to make them feel comfortable enough to laugh.
Yeah, and you know what? That's like actually how walls come down. Like, when you make someone laugh, they feel more vulnerable to talk to you.
It makes it feel it's just so much easier because everybody laughs.
Yeah, and everybody loves it. It's a good feeling.
Nobody's like, oh, somebody laugh at me.
Yeah, like people enjoy it. When you're laughing, you're enjoying something.
Exactly.
There's some level of enjoyment. For me, I feel like funny was a defense mechanism. Yeah, it was. I hated seeing people fight, and I saw that a lot in my household, and so funny was a way for me to like, let's take the bad away. Like, let's not think about what's happening that's bad, But I was always naturally funny. Like Christmases, Thanksgiving, I got all the cousins together. Like, we gonna do a show. We gonna put in the show. Like, that was me. And at home, things weren't always the best feeling. It wasn't like going home was like, I'm home all the time for me. Going home felt scary. And so when I would be at school, oh man, it was like, this is where I can let go of that fear or whatever I was feeling at home, and I would be funny. I'd just go out and be funny. But funny isn't who I was. Funny was my way of letting go of my pain. And so who I was, I feel like I'm a very serious person. But I'm a very serious person in a funny way. It's the weirdest thing, right?
I don't know if I would say you're serious. I feel like you're a very thoughtful person.
There you go. Maybe thoughtful. Maybe that's what it is, because like I enjoy, and maybe that's just a stigma I have of funny. But like I'm a very deep person. Like I love to meet somebody and not talk about surface stuff. Like if I feel like we vibing, I want to get to know you. You know what I mean? And I want to like get over the whole like, what's your favorite color? You know? Like I want to be like, yo, like where are you from? And like, oh, how did you grow up? What made you like be the person you are today? And what are some of your goals, or like what is life like for you? You know?
And they're just like, yeah, nice to meet you, fam.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like I'm very like, again, just serious in the sense of like I'm serious about relationships or connection, or I'm serious about knowing someone, or you know, serious in that sense. Not that like I'm serious. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but again, in a funny way. Like I'm being serious with you, but I'm laughing and making jokes about it in a sense, you know. But because I think that growing up, people will probably have that perspective. Like Kassandra was the church girl, and she was like, she never cursed. Like she was very like, you know. But like I was funny in a serious way. I don't know how to explain.
I understand. Like I feel like comedy saved my life. Like very much so. Like I feel like comedy pulled me from a place where I was kind of like wandering and I wasn't really sure. I always knew I wanted to be an entertainer, but like I didn't know for sure that I could make money to provide for my family. I didn't know that I could do it in a way that wouldn't make me feel ashamed. Like I wasn't sure that I could really live out my truth in entertainment.
That's
but
crazy.
When comedy came along, it just felt right.
Yeah.
And I wasn't ashamed. Like, you know, it really was the first time I was able to stand up and tell like my family, like, this is what I love to do. And yeah, I'm gonna do it. So, you know, I suggest you get on board.
Yeah.
And that was really hard for me. I'm such like a mama's girl, a daddy's girl. Like I'm so under my parents as far as like their opinion of me. But comedy was the first time I was really like, yeah, y'all just gonna have to get these jokes.
Yo, that's crazy. So comedy came into my life right around I came public in my relationship.
Oh, okay.
And in a more public way. Like people who know me know I'm comical, right? If you are in my circle, but I never showed my comedy publicly. It wasn't something I showcased on my Instagram or whatever. Like I showed the serious side of me on Instagram, the inspirational side, the motivational side,
the hard kick butt side.
Yeah, the kick butt side. Like I never showed my comedy in like on social media. So when I started showcasing it is when I started when I came out. And what's crazy is that comedy was a way for me being like, this is really who I am. And the reason why I never showcased my comedy was because I was afraid of hurting people, offending people, or whatever perspective they had of me, it no longer being that. And so I was terrified. I was terrified of like cursing on social media. Yeah. Because people saw me as this person that didn't. But if you know me, I did. Like when it came to like getting a joke across or getting the emotion that I had across. You know, and it was like, I was terrified. I was terrified of it. And like comedy came and suddenly it was like, I don't care what you're thinking no more. Yeah. I don't care what you think. Because I grew up in a very religious household and a very like, Kassandra is this way type of person. No one saw what they see now. And it may be a shock to them, but it's always been there. I just never showcased it because I was afraid of letting people down.
Do you feel like it's safe to say that comedy was more like a security blanket? Like it was a tool that you used to showcase who you are.
Yeah, it's kind of like, it's my way of like just not giving a fuck no more. It really is. It's like, ever since I started doing comedy, it came around the time I went public with my relationship. It was kind of like me just saying, this is who I am. Finally. Like finally y'all get to see. This is who I am. You know what I mean?
It's crazy that both of us are so spiritual because like I go to church and I volunteer a lot and I have a great relationship with my church family. And I think that one of the things that helped me feel like this is definitely what I'm supposed to do is that people from church would be like, hey, I saw your videos. I think you're hilarious. And I was like,
Yeah. Wait, but you realized I
I
I
curse.
cussed. I
be
am
ignoring
sexual.
and very limited clothing on,
Yeah.
and I'd be like, yo, like what?
Yeah.
Like, and it took me so long for myself to feel like, man, okay, I'm gonna go to church. I was going to church feeling like, I hope nobody sees this.
Yeah.
And it was so comforting to have the people that I feel like, you know, are amazing men and women really like pat me on the back and be like, you're doing what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
Now they might, you know, see some stuff and be like, girl, you're wild.
Yeah.
But they love me. You know
Right, but they love me.
they
Nonetheless.
love me. And I think that, like, it's so interesting that both of us have, like, this church background.
Yeah.
And we're able to, you know, have comedy and use it to express to people who we are very on the same wavelength with,
Yeah.
like, understand more
Because,
who
like,
we are.
I understand that, like, I love God, man. Like, I
Yes.
love the Lord. Like, if you knew me, I was the kid who, instead of going to play at recess, I was sitting on grass and then just like talking to God.
That's so beautiful.
I've always been constantly having conversations with the Lord, like always. Till this day, I'll be cleaning and I'll be like, Lord, I just want to say thank you. Like, I'm very in tune with Him, and I think that the way I was raised was that you had to be a certain way, act a certain way to have that connection.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not true. It's not true. I can be who I am and still love God and be loved by Him.
Yeah.
And still be a beacon of love to this world for Him.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that's beautiful because at the end of the day, we're in this world, y'all.
Yeah.
And the stuff that we make fun of is stuff that happens in this world.
And it's exactly the reason why God did not send us here to be perfect drones.
No, that's the whole reason why He died and rose again, was that so we didn't have to try to be that.
Exactly. I think that, like, I had my daughter very young, and I kind of held on to this shame stigma that, like, you know, I was like tarnished and like dirty. And it took so long for that to get off me. And it was like I didn't have anybody like to really, you know, touch it, because if you know me, I'm very strong person. I hold on to the things that are wrong, and I just try to like push past. Mm-hmm. And I don't take a lot of time to like fix it. I'll just be like, yeah, okay, it happened, but we got stuff to do. So like that's literally how I focus and move through life, and it keeps me like on pace. But comedy came, and it was like everything that you ever thought was wrong with you is amazing.
Wow.
Also, it's funny.
It's also funny. People
like I just started doing comedy about my daughter, and it's been the best parts of my segment. Like the best parts of my comedy were the things that I was like, I don't know if I want to talk about it yet.
Yeah.
I love that I have something that's not perfect. I love that God trusted me to be strong enough to live this life so that I can show people other things. Like, yo, like, you gonna mess up. Like,
isn't it like the most liberating way to live?
It is.
Like, comedy is so liberating.
It is
when you could just stand up and just be like, I'm gonna make fun of what I'm going through. It's liberating. It's like you're no longer trying to fit this persona. It's like you're just free. It's so liberating. And
I think like also like being a strong person, like, and having people talk to you about things that are going wrong in their lives, and then like, I'm sorry, I'm gonna tell you a joke afterwards. Like, I'm gonna say something that's gonna make you feel like, you know what, I'm really glad it didn't go that bad. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm always gonna be thinking of like, girl, you know it could have been worse. It could have ended up like X, Y, and Z.
And then
it's like, okay, you're right. Like, it ain't that bad. And I love that I'm able to like do that for me. I've had friends call me like, yo, like, I really was not trying to go to jail. Thank you. Like, oh, I didn't know it was that deep, but you know, hey.
You're welcome.
I ain't got bail, but I got these laughs.
Yeah, right. I get nervous laughs.
You do?
I get nervous laughs. Nervous laughs like when somebody's telling me something sad. It's bad. It's bad because sometimes I don't know what I'm supposed to say. And so I get nervous about, like, are you expecting a response? And it gets into my head that all I can do is now laugh about the situation. It's not even that I'm laughing about your situation. I'm laughing at myself, getting all worked up about this situation.
Yeah.
And I sometimes have to, like, run away and just be like, hold on, if I can blow.
If y'all don't know,
sorry.
And it should be in all the bloopers everywhere. When you work with Kassandra, she is going to laugh. And like, you just gotta try not to engage with her while she's laughing. You just gotta let it happen and look away. Like, it is literally like,
it's called like a laugh attack. It's like a laugh attack. It's bad. It's bad. I can't even control it sometimes. Like, if it comes, it's coming.
It's coming, and you gotta just be like, all right, it's gonna happen. I'm gonna just let it go. Like, I the first time that it happened, I was like trying to engage and like bring her down, and then I got sucked into it. Like,
and then you're having a laugh attack with me.
It's like, we are just, let's calm down now. Let's just together, and we still laughing. Yeah. Like it, and I think that it's like, it's your aura. Like, yeah, that's part of your light, is that you have just this part of you that just needs to laugh. Like, even if it's like on accident, you have involuntary laughing issues.
I do.
That is amazing.
Oh.
Like, who has, hey, what's your problem? Well, I can't stop laughing. I got that.
Oh, no.
That is amazing. Like, who's really mad at that? Also, if there's like a way that she could get a check from that, like, that's amazing.
Come on now, get paid to laugh.
If SSI called you and was like, yo, we heard that you got this issue. You get this disability check.
Thank you.
Shorty can't work. She just be laughing all the
time.
You
know? I can't take nobody serious. No, but I mean, thank God it's not that bad, too. But no, it's I get nervous sometimes.
What do you think was, like, explain a time when you had like the biggest laugh attack?
The biggest laugh attack?
Biggest laugh attack that was inconvenient.
Inconvenient?
Yeah, inconvenient.
I don't know. Inconvenient. An inconvenient laugh attack.
Inconvenient laugh attack.
I mean, I really can't think of a moment other than like filming a video when like it's late as fuck and like Kassandra get it together.
Nothing. You ain't ever been at a hospital, in a church. You ain't never been.
Church. It has happened in church for sure.
In church during service?
During service.
Oh, no.
I'll tell you why, though. Like, okay, but this is a long time ago. Like, I don't feel like it's happened, like, as an adult. But me and my brother, we have very similar sense of humor. He is hilarious. He's actually, like, what made me want to be funny. Because he was so funny. And I saw how people received his funny. That I was like, damn, if I could make him laugh, I'm funny. If I could make my brother laugh. That's
dope.
Yeah, like, Dan, he was the reason why I wanted to be funny. And he would make me laugh so much. He would make me feel so good. But especially in church when we shouldn't be doing it. And he would do this thing where he would make his fingers a dinosaur.
What?
And he would play this whole scenario in church, like he was coming after me with his hands. And like, we would just, I don't know, we would make jokes about everything, like in church, just sitting there if we were bored. And he would get me sometimes with a straight up laugh attack.
Oh,
and I would get in so much trouble, like, because I'm not like, and I'm just laughing my ass off, like I couldn't help it. But that's definitely happened in church. But I don't know about like as an adult if it's happened.
That's crazy.
It's weird.
I'm very ticklish.
Yeah?
And it's been super inconvenient, like at doctor's appointments.
Where? Like, pedicures?
Oh.
Yeah, it's bad.
At the nail shop, like when you're cracking up laughing and then like, mine be so bad that the nail technician will start laughing. Like, and I'm just like, I'm so sorry. And it's always like the first one, I just giggle a little bit and try to like hide it. The second one, I'm just all on the floor, hanging out the chair.
No, I'm
like,
dangerous.
It's terrible.
I get dangerous when I get tickled. Someone's getting hurt on accident. I'm not even kidding. Like, I think the worst thing that's ever happened when someone tried to be all cute and tickle me, and this is actually my brother. He was like, come here, I was like, no, I kicked him in the nuts, like on accident. I wasn't even trying. It was just like a, like it just happened. And I got in so much, I got spanked. I got legit spanked. And I was like, I told him to stop. Like, just because I'm smiling, telling you to stop, doesn't mean I'm angry. I'm not angry. Right?
I hate when I laugh so hard that I'm crying. Like, I don't like being tickled like to that extent because like I can't breathe anymore.
Yeah, no.
Like I'm really upset.
I'm dying now.
Stop.
Yeah. Even though I'm like smiling, I'm angry.
Yes.
I'm fucking angry.
Like I don't like that feeling of like losing control. Like oh my gosh, like that drives me insane.
No, that happens.
Like and laughing until you can't. Like it's the worst.
It is the worst.
It's so funny
But
that we're talking about how much laughter is like.
Laughter can be a bad thing. Well, that brings us to the end of this episode. Thank y'all so much for listening to Beyond the Funny.
This is our first episode. Please like, subscribe, comment, and tell us what you want to see in the future.